All right, happy Thanksgiving indeed. Welcome inside Real Sports Bar and Grill and a very special early edition here of Unsportsmanlike Content. And we will bring you inside and say once again, happy Thanksgiving. Yes, there's our surprise guest. Let the cat out of the bag. Biz is with us. And Brad May, as usual. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving as we get you set for the Leafs and the Red Wings today, and we'll get used to saying today. But thanks so much for being here. And let's just start right off because I'm a little sick and tired of this clown.
Same. I'm sick of me
crying
too.
and bawling about players who leave and maybe come back and all this stuff. Why don't you just show him what we're all about here today? Because I think he may have forgotten one of the Leafs' biggest ambassadors where his bread is buttered.
Before we do it, you guys just have a conversation. I'm just going to be in the background.
I was
going to
come here to pump the best off-season acquisitions that the Leafs made in Ryan Leslie.
Wow,
You're probably a lot cheaper than Mitch too, aren't you?
You'd be surprised. Me, Vladdy,
okay.
It's all right.
What do we got, Mayday?
It's so good to have you here.
Okay.
And here we go.
So Mayday is fashionable, if nothing else. But we got tired of you kind of...
Your fly's undone. I hope I'm not getting a surprise. A little Thanksgiving surprise.
It's cold water.
Hey, for stuffing, eh?
Do we have music for this? Paul, do we have music for this?
Okay. I like this.
No.
Is that the Mitchie, or not the Mitchie, that's the Willie Nylander tank top.
Look at this.
Okay.
How about this?
Tits
We're tired of you
boys,
crying about
Let's
spilt
go,
milk.
Mayday.
So we got you your own Willie Nylander.
Look at that tattoo.
Look at this.
Oh,
Sit-ups are free.
Okay.
This is yours.
Oh, thank you.
It's time you started getting 88 back on the national
scene. Do I have
scene.
to give the ambassador jacket back and only wear this?
I think it might look good on you.
Nipples
what
as
do you
hard
say?
as rock.
Should he be wearing this tank top or what?
You're going to see my pierced nipples with this thing on.
It's time you
There's kids here. I got to tone it down.
That's
I'm sorry,
right.
guys.
Family show.
I'm sorry. Earmuffs, buddy.
But that is for you to get off the ground and start wearing on a more regular basis. We know Willie loves it.
Okay.
And we think you will too.
He looks a lot better than I do in it. Actually, during All-Star break a few years ago, we came here, and he was at Soto, and it was like below zero, and he's wearing just a tank top, just buzzing around like he owns the city. So I love his attitude and the way he handles things here, and he's the best.
You didn't know he was wearing Band-Aids, did you?
I did not know that. I did not know that. Hey, how about a little shout-out for Mayday, though? Over 1,000 NHL games and a Stanley Cup champion. So maybe a round of applause for the Mayday. Let's go, baby.
I like it.
Absolutely a pleasure. And to have you here, listen, I'm a big fan. My son told me today.
Okay.
He listens to every one of your Spit and Chicklets podcasts.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You and my good buddy Ryan Whitney, and of course everybody else there. You guys do a fantastic job.
I
really do.
I appreciate that. It's been a blast, and we love getting the old school guys on in a long form and hearing all these old stories. And it's been a fun ride, and it's brought me a lot of cool places among here, not only today and also here with Amazon inside to do the Prime Amazon Monday games.
We'll get into that, but I want to ask you if you remember this famous Leaf moment. You against the Leafs. Take us through this. Take a look at the monitor and what you will see.
I have a feeling I know what this is going to be. This is me playing guilty, Keith Yandel walking the blue line, and me pretending like I got a stick on it to take credit for the goal. And luckily enough, Jans pointed at me to give me credit, and I'm like, I'm taking that one to the bank. And actually, that was the first ever game live my father had seen me play.
Goal?
It was here in Toronto, and that was the first game he'd ever seen me play live. And after the game, I think he had more tequila shots than I'd ever seen in my life, and he was absolutely buckled celebrating with all my buddies from Welland, Ontario. So that was in preseason when I was with the Penguins as well. So some good memories here in Toronto.
Hey, Biz, we got to play both in Phoenix. Of course, they don't have a team anymore.
No.
Tell the folks how great of a place to play hockey, to live in the winter playing for the Coyotes.
It was unreal. I was fortunate enough. My first 3 years there, we made the playoffs, right? And I don't think there was any expectations externally, but they were brought from within, right? And if we would suffer maybe a few bad losses in a row, you wouldn't really have that media pressure. And like I said, it really came from within the locker room, and we galvanized as a group. And I mean, we ended up going on that unbelievable run to the Western Conference Final, riding Mike Smith when he was kicking and playing unbelievable. And I know you're familiar with Smitty as well. So, it was an incredible time. And I mean, it's nice any day where you can go play hockey and then leave the rink and then you're in flip-flops and shorts, right? So a bit of a different place to play, but loved it nonetheless.
Tell Ryan about our conversation in the playoffs 2009, you and I warming up at the red line. Neither one of us got in.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were both health bombs, eh? You were playing with Detroit at the time, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were probably like, don't come that close to the red line. I'm going to cave your face in, Mr. Bissonnette. And I said, absolutely, Mayday, and I skated over the blue.
Come on.
No, it didn't happen that
He
way.
was to be feared.
He was
right?
a nail gun.
We were both fired up. If we got in, we were like, hey, listen, if you're playing tonight, let's get after it.
Oh, 100% guarantee. Yeah, let's just punch each other in the face 5 times each and act like we actually did something. Yeah, no doubt.
Let me just, for a second, ask you about tonight's game. And you can both weigh in on this. These home and homers are one thing. Bit of a weird start for a number of teams in terms of the scheduling. But an afternoon game today after they just faced each other. Quick thought on either what you saw last game, Red Wings, Leafs, and what you need to see, and what you think what you need to see Craig Berube see today.
Let's start with you, Mayday.
So what I saw in game 2, of course, Toronto got off to a great start.
Yeah.
Their first period was good. They kind of went to sleep in the second period. So here's the thing. This league is not easy. You can never rest. You can never just turn that switch on either. You have to be ready to battle. Starting, it's a 60-minute game. You're going to hear all these cliches. But teams, you get a little bit comfortable. It's early on. You're maybe not ready. This is a big statement game for Toronto. And because it's a divisional game against Detroit, of course, Patrick Kane had a really nice game to start for the Red Wings.
Still got it.
So we're going to see that. They have a lot of good young players that haven't played. They don't have a lot of tenure in the league. So, maybe they show up, maybe they don't. But this is a game for Toronto. Obviously, the sports weekend here in Toronto as well with the Blue Jays playing. It's a big game for them and a statement.
Yeah, a couple storylines for Toronto. I mean, dealing with a little bit of injury. Lawrence went down last game. I'm drawing a blank. 4th-line center coming in here.
Lawton, you talking Scott Lawton?
Lawton with the injury.
One of the greats.
Awesome grinder, great bottom 6 guy. So with injury comes opportunity. Easton Cowan making his Toronto Maple Leafs debut.
We'll get to that, yeah.
That's going to be awesome, right? And as far as Detroit, I mean, not oftentimes you see after the first game of the season a coach pull out that card and call out the team, right? But it's been such a drought for the Detroit Red Wings as far as playoffs. He's saying, hey, at what point do these guys get pissed off enough in this locker room to change things up? Going back to the first game for them, I think, halfway through the first period, they gave up, 7, 8 odd man rushes. So I felt that Detroit definitely looked like the more desperate team.
They were, they were
were
ticked at the back door goals too, right? There was 3 that were just
a lot of
tap-in.
Yeah, a lot of east to west stuff. I mean, the Patrick Kane goal, I believe that's it right there. And then the eventual winner, which was on the power play. Great play by Lucas Raymond to lift Matthews' stick in the middle of the ice and cause that disruption, and for eventually to get back over to him. So I just felt like with getting called out, Detroit was the more desperate team. They really took over in that second period. They were unselfish with their line changes, and they just started turning Toronto over. I mean, there was a point in time there where Carlo lost his stick. I think he was in the D zone for a shift just under 3 minutes. So I just thought that Detroit was the more desperate team, but a great opportunity tonight for the Leafs to respond, especially under that little bit of adversity we talked about, and show everybody what they got.
We have some Leaf legend on his way here today, and I think he's just around the corner.
We're going to love this.
So
we're going to love
this. Is a great one. I don't know if you're aware of this, but here he is, taking photos, doing autographs.
What an ambassador this guy is.
The legend himself appearing here with us.
And a nail gun himself. He can score goals.
Hey, how about this?
Make plays.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Wendel Clark stopping by.
Come up here. No, you're going to sit right here, Wendell. You get right in here. What a legend.
Come on in. He's got a mic there for him.
Last week, Maisie said he was going to beat me up, so I don't want to sit beside him.
Hey, all I
Wendell,
know,
nice to see you.
Good to see you
all
guys.
I know is I have to be a half a chair behind all of you because the head's a little smaller back here than it
I'm
is.
trembling right now. Hey, you grew up a Leaf fan.
Oh, yeah.
What did this gentleman as a player and off the ice mean to you when you were kind of watching him go through it all?
Did it all. Absolute legend of the game. And when you can score goals and make plays, but then also handle your own business the way that he did, like a god amongst men, really. And quick story, I was at a Saskatoon Blades game for a promo, and it was the first time that I'd met him.
Yeah.
And we were both there, and we go out to drop the ceremonial faceoff. This guy's a Saskatoon Blades legend. He hands me the puck to drop it. I said, absolutely not. He goes, you're dropping the puck. And that just speaks to the class this guy has. Nobody in the building even knew who I was, yet he let me drop the ceremonial faceoff. So I appreciate that, and you're so kind, and I appreciate that gesture always.
No, it was awesome. I remember that the autograph session out front, and then the big game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you all, we're going to see Easton Cowan tonight. You touched on it a moment ago, and I don't know if you've all had a chance to kind of dig into what this young man's capable of, but I wanted to ask you all about your debuts and maybe one funny story or one moment that really stayed with you. Wendel, I'll start with you about making your NHL debut as he is going to on the top line today. What do you remember most about your opportunity there?
Well, my first debut, that was the first time I'd played forward. So I got moved from defense to forward, played my first game in Boston, got my first centerman traded.
Nice.
Billy DeLego got traded after the game. We lost in Boston. Billy DeLego got traded for Tom Fergus after the game. So that was my welcome to the NHL, where he stayed and
Cutthroat.
Fergie came
You
back.
never played a shift up front? That was you walk in the locker room.
I did training camp, was my first time playing forward. And then that was my first NHL game, like real game. I guess I was Billy DeLego was at center, Ricky Vive was on right wing, I was on left wing, and then ended up being the hound line with Russ, Gary, and I on and off for that season. But really, you're just getting your feet wet. I don't think I really understood, or not understood, but get going and feeling it when you're that young till about Christmas. Then you're, for me, that's when my strength came and confidence.
You didn't have a cell phone to blow up after that, but I wonder if there was a moment where everybody was pulling you aside.
No, he had the phone in his car. He was one of the first guys.
The big antenna.
Hey, two younger players than you. We were able to get into the NHL. We were both physical guys. Can you tell everybody, when early in your first year, you're playing against the Detroit Red Wings, you face off against Bob Probert, you're 18 years old, first overall draft pick. You went at it. How many times? How many times, Wendel?
I don't know how many the first year, but I want to say we were 7 or 8 times in a career. One night, I think it was 2, if not 3 times, the time when Proby was allowed back to cross the border into Canada. And then we fought a couple times. It was either 2 or 3 times that night, because I remember asking him in the penalty box, what are we doing? He said, my mom's at the game. She hasn't seen me play in Canada in a long time.
Come on.
Who fights in front of your mother that many times? But he's one of the all-time greats.
Do you remember this one? Beautiful.
I mean,
beautiful moment.
Everyone remembers this one, huh?
Look at that guy, Marty McSorley, one tough customer and sticking up for a teammate.
Yeah, well, his sweater was so big you didn't know where he was once you started grabbing it. He'd be all over inside.
He had the goalie jersey on.
Yeah, he did.
Biz, I only got a couple minutes left with you before you get going for your show, so I got to ask you about your debut. What stands out?
Actually, I was fortunate enough where I played in that global series. So we actually went over to Sweden when I got the nod to play my first NHL game. And I'll bring it back to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Who do they bring out to drop the ceremonial first puck? Matt Sundin. I'd never seen a standing ovation that loud and that long in my life. So that was the standout from it, where it felt like it must have been probably 5-6 minutes. It felt like an hour, and well deserved for what he's done for not only his country, but what he did for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But it was a surreal moment for me, man. I got to play with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Marc-Andre Fleury, and all these future Hall of Famers. And fortunately, we ended up winning the game in overtime on a Tyler Kennedy goal. So it was.
How'd it look from your vantage point?
I had the best seats in the house. I contributed my 4 minutes. I made sure the water bottles were all straightened up and the gate was ready to go when Crosby was coming off. Made sure I wasn't sitting in his spot. But the other takeaway from that too is, we play the 2 games over there. And when you do those global series, it's great for team camaraderie because you're out on the road, no distractions. And Daryl Sador, I was one of his last seasons. And next thing you know, we're partying after the 2 games. We're at some club, and this guy's doing the worm on the dance floor. But unfortunately, somebody had dropped and broken a glass, and he comes up and he's got blood all over his shirts where the shards of glass had got him from doing the worm. So a lot of amazing memories, most of which off the ice, but the ceremonial face-off and Matt Sundin getting that ovation was the one thing that really stuck out the most.
Fantastic. I know you got to go to work. Take your tank top.
Hey,
We
I
expect
appreciate
to see you
that.
wearing
Yeah,
this.
I'm going to be wearing this
Willie
on the broadcast tonight, unless Wendel
Leafs.
wants to wear it for the game.
We got one
Sure?
for him.
No body for tank tops anymore here.
Well, hey, I appreciate it. And like I said before, one of the best, if not the best, off-season acquisitions in the league was getting Ryan Leslie here from Calgary. You did great work there, and I'm glad that Tree brought you in. And, of course, Mayday, 1,000 games in the NHL, guys. That's nothing to sniff at. Stanley Cup champion as well. And, of course, the legend, Wendel Clark. Let's hear it. Woo!
There he is, Paul Bissonnette. Thanks as he attends his duties with Amazon Prime. Great to see you, bud. As always, have a great show tonight. today. And we'll continue on with that. You've got a couple minutes, or do you got a bolt?
Time.
All right.
Hey, so I got to jump in there. So my first game, because we're going to talk about Easton Cowan shortly. In Buffalo, it was the first game of the season. I was a young guy coming out of junior, and Wendel made the comment that one of his first wingers was Rick Vive. Ricky Vive, Squid, was my right winger when I came into the NHL. Captained Toronto, 50 goals 3 times. Growing up just north of the city, what a debut for me. But actually getting on the ice, playing with guys that you used to watch on TV Saturday nights. And I think the other day of the week was Wednesdays. I think Wednesday hockey when I was a kid. But playing with the guys that you idolized, what a dream come true.
That is so cool. I've got you for a couple minutes. So I want to ask you just about how things are going these days. I know you're so active with alumni. I saw you around the golf course there with the team as well. And I don't know what the alumni's got going on right now, but if there is an opportunity to plug something, let's do it.
Yeah, no, well, we're involved in everything with the alumni in Toronto. You never know. It's a great thing to be a part of. And like I said, I'm just one of the guys. Maisie's one of the guys.
Yeah.
We're just go where they call us and show up. We're always trying to welcome the new guys that retire. Don't feel shy to be a part of it, because when we do the games, we need the young legs. Brad and I are old now. We can't be skating like that. We need the young legs. That's nice to say, young legs, when they're 42. Isn't that nice?
Who was your guy away from the rink for when you were in Toronto? The guy that you had maybe the longest, that you go out to dinner with the most. Who were you closest with? Who did you hang in? Who made you laugh the most?
Well, I don't know. When I almost had 2 groups. I started in the 80s, and our 80s team was really a glorified junior team because we all were getting first-round picks. I got here. Iafrate got here before me. Bester, Reagit, Nyland, Benning, all first-rounders, all under 21.
Wild to grow
so that
together.
was it. Russ Corton and I hung a lot together. We played midget hockey together at Notre Dame. So that was my tightest connection. Gary Lima was here as well. But so in the 80s would have been Russ. Russ and I are probably 2 peas in a pod. And then come the 90s, when we had the run, probably when Dave Ellett got traded here, Roy, the natural, lived downtown. So we hung out a lot together. Then Dougie came in. So we had a lot of different tight teams. Teams are always very tight for the guys that live together downtown.
What do you think it meant to you? You've had time away, but you're still so actively involved. But a chance to reflect, Western Canadian, but coming here, what did it mean to you to be a Leaf?
I think it's, and I don't think we sometimes sell it enough for the current guys because they're so deep into playing and their careers and how do I play the next year, right? But heck, I'm still doing something at 59 years old because of playing in this uniform. And that's the biggest thing in what hockey means to this area with the population and the province and then Canada. It really is something to be a part of, and you get invited to a lot of different things to help a lot of great charities. That's the main thing. We get to go out and help. We get to use our game, which is we're the best at it in hockey in the world. So we get to use it to raise some great money for great causes, and the alumni and the team here are probably the strongest in the league.
Well, an incredible career, an incredible legacy, and I know the work continues for you, and I know you got to get to work, but here I am asking you about what it meant to be a Leaf. Why don't we hear from a Toronto Maple Leaf who's about to make his debut today? You know he's got to be feeling everything right now. Easton Cowan.
What goes through your mind when you come in today and see your line assignment?
Yeah, obviously pretty exciting. You get a chance up there, so just got to go out, play your game, and play hard, and good things will come.
How do you think you can complement those guys?
Yeah, just create space for them. Obviously, 2 good players. Use my smarts to make plays and play direct, and we'll be good.
Now that this is finally here, what do you think the next 24 hours will be like?
Yeah, it'll be exciting. I feel like it will go by slow. I mean, gonna, get pracky today, gonna get some food, and be ready for tomorrow.
The little bonus for it is 5 hours earlier than it normally would.
Yeah, I'm actually happy about that. I like the afternoon game, so I'm pumped about that for sure.
Does it help that your debut is coming at home?
Yeah, I think that makes it that much more special. Lots of family and friends, and obviously in front of the awesome Toronto fans.
Have people hit you up about tickets yet?
Yeah, a bunch of my buddies will come. Some of the Knights guys are coming. A bunch of family and friends. Yeah, it should be exciting for sure.
Playing alongside them, what stands out about the chemistry that Austin and Matt and I have?
Yeah, obviously they've played together for a while, so they know where each other are. 2 good players, play hard and play the right way. So just got to go out there, play my game, and I felt like we had a good practice together today, so just got to keep building off that.
So many people excited for Easton Cowan. You know, he and his family are just buzzing right now. 3 years in this organization, he's about to make a very big step. What do you remember? You touched on one, but your moment, I think there's more to that story because you scored, right?
Yeah, so my first game, little tap on my own back, but I was able to score a goal against the Stanley Cup winning goaltender and team, the Pittsburgh Penguins and Tom Barrasso. And it was just incredible to be on the ice. I was just saying about playing with Ricky Vibe, but
Yeah.
Easton Cowan, he's played some really momentum-filled games with Team Canada, World Juniors, obviously winning the Memorial Cup. He's going to be so fired up. That energy is so contagious. It's always fun to have a young guy in the lineup playing his first game. And he gets to play it with Austin Matthews for what we're being told.
Yeah.
This is a huge moment, and I cannot wait to celebrate if he scores in his debut.
What we saw yesterday, you touched on it. We saw Cowan with Matthews and Nyes, and we saw a little bit of a change in that Nylander and Tavares are going to see Michelli on the wing today. And Keith Berube, or rather, I keep calling him Keith, Craig Berube, was just talking about Michelli earlier. And, you know, he's got to get some puck touches. And he sort of thinks that maybe Tavares and Nylander, they need a little bit more as well. So we'll see. Keep an eye on what Tavares, Nylander, and Michelli are doing. I know all eyes have been on Michelli as well. You see Bobby McMahon slide down with Domi and Robertson. And it was great to see Waugh get his first as a Leaf, so that was big. And I know Dakota Joshua, he wants to give a little bit more too. I kind of thought maybe there can be a little bit more bite. Maybe we'll see that today.
Yeah, I think so. And sure, you know, after losing, you know, game 2, I like the fact that Nicholas Waugh and Joshua are going to actually play together. We'll see the big bodies, the physical play. But the other part is the down-low play, sustaining that attack. And you're going to see Easton Cowan. He's such a good puck, guy. He protects the puck awfully well. Michelli, obviously the puck is on his stick and it's off his stick. But for Nylander and Tavares, more importantly, they have to sustain that offensive zone time. If they do that, puck's on their stick, they start feeling it. And I think rolling it right around back to Easton Cowan, he has an opportunity. Matthew Nyes, big body. He gets in. They like to protect the puck. Matthews is going to be in his spot. If they can actually win those battles, find a lane to Austin Matthews' stick, we're going to see a few goals.
Morgan Riley had an off-season conversation with the general manager that really resonated with both of them. And we've already seen dividends pay off here. I thought Morgan Riley was one of the better Leafs in Detroit the other night. And just what have you made about the responsibility he's kind of putting on himself? He's quarterbacking the power play. He looks like he's in some great shape right now, and he's all business.
He's all business, and I'll tell you what, he's got 4 points, obviously, in the first 2 games. But the one play that I like the most is when he jumped up in the middle of the ice on Max Domi's goal the other night. Riley goes straight down the gut, actually gets 3 guys, the eyeballs following him, and obviously Max Domi had the puck for a lengthy amount of time in the slot, was able to find the back of the net. So I like this guy's feet. It all comes from the engine being in shape, and there's no question Morgan Riley put the work in this summer.
Okay, I had a chance to catch up with Morgan Riley as he arrived at the rink earlier today. All right, Morgan, right back at it against the Detroit Red Wings. I wanted to ask you, I guess, maybe the advantage or what you like about the idea that it didn't go the way you wanted it in Detroit as a group, but you get them right away here on Thanksgiving Monday.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, obviously didn't go our way the other night. I don't think we were too happy or proud of the way we played. So, the nice part is you get to get right back at it. And you don't want to spend too much time thinking about those games. Mm-hmm. So when there's a long break and you're kind of sitting at home stewing over it, it can be challenging. But when you get right back at it, it's nice.
How about for you personally? I know you put a lot of emphasis on getting off on the right foot this year, and you've done so. Back at the quarterback position of a power play, you get some points, you get some results. How are you feeling about the way you're going?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's so early. You can't read into it after 2 games. As we get going here, everyone kind of takes account of where they're at individually and where the team's at, and these games become more important, and you put more emphasis on yourself, more pressure, and so as we go here, you just want to build and keep growing, keep getting better.
What'd you have on the car on the way in to get you going?
Little tunes.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Tragically Hip, and from there it kind of just goes off into an old school spiral.
Hey, good luck this afternoon.
Right,
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you. Here is Morgan Riley. Nice of him to join us today. A little Tragically Hip in the car on the way in. I love it. Detroit Leafs getting set to go on an early game today, and it got me thinking about when you and I covered a series between the Wings and the Coyotes all those years ago. You and I were getting set poolside, just enjoying right before the game, and we see somebody out cold, just sleeping, taking in some sun, towels over him. You want to tell that one?
These are things that happen away from the game. My last team I played for was the Red Wings. And the next year I'm working with you with Sportsnet. We're in the playoffs. And Mike Modano is sitting poolside. It's game 7. We're at I believe the Hyatt Hotel. And we're actually, remember, we were sitting there and Mike has he's not playing.
Yeah.
No chance.
It was a fourth game. It was game 4 elimination potential.
Oh, sorry. You're right. It was game 4. And Johan Franzen got injured or sick.
In the warm-up.
And they called Mike. Mike had to race over from the hotel across the parking lot, get his gear on. And not only did he play, I believe he got the game-winning assist.
He got the assist on the game-winning goal.
And unfortunately for Mike Modano, he got to play 1,499 games. He was a healthy scratch one of his last games, which was a travesty. But Mike Modano's a legend.
I love the moment after they eliminated the Coyotes. You and I were standing there getting ready to walk into the room. Modano came over and hugged us and said, "Can you believe I almost slept through that?"
You know what's crazy is if I didn't wake him up, he would have had a sunburn playing. So
would have been wild. But yes, the stories, as you mentioned. It was great to have Biz, great to have Wendel share some stories and experiences, and as well yourself. And I think all eyes tonight, everybody's kind of looking at what this Toronto Maple Leafs club can do from a bounce back. You expected, I asked Chief if there was going to be any kind of different messaging for an early game. Did you like early games, or were they a little out of sorts for you? Where'd you come out on that?
You know what? We didn't have that many.
Yeah.
Although when we did, they were always great because you got your work done, and then you of course had the ability to go for dinner or whatever, get some rest. Certainly, it's a weird one too because they have an afternoon game, but a night game tomorrow at home. Yeah. Very, not often do you have back-to-back games at home, but. For the afternoon games, you have to change your pregame routine a little bit. Wake up a tad earlier when you eat. How you get prepared. Sometimes this is an opportunity. There's players that don't show up right away. So for Toronto, they have to be ready to go. Craig Berube, he was talking about it, how important that is. And having Wendel on the broadcast, I was going to ask him the question. One of his favorite coaches, because we spent some time together, was Pat Burns. Pat Burns, to me, is very much like Craig Berube. They expect it's not special to be a hard worker. They expect hard work and that focus to detail. I hope and I expect Toronto's going to come out wounded.
Put you on the spot. Mayday minute. 3 things Easton Cowan must do. Bullet form. Go.
Not forget who he is. He's a superstar, and he's made the National Hockey League because of his skill set, the way he can protect the puck. So number 1, chip pucks to yourself, behind defenseman, go get into the corner, grind. Any chance you have to get the puck in the offensive zone on Austin Matthews' stick, not a bad idea. And then don't make simple mistakes. Back check through the middle, inside the dot lanes, and obviously once you do that, practice is, you do it every day, you're ready to go, but don't forget who you are. You're in the National Hockey League because you're an elite superstar from where you're coming, and guess what? You have an opportunity to write your own story ahead of you.
Beautiful. Okay, we will step aside and let you get set for the game. You can catch tonight's, this afternoon's game on Amazon Prime and on the radio on TSN 1050. Take a look at that and have a listen to that game. We appreciate you being here. You can catch this on all Leaf platforms. Thanks so much to our guests. We're talking Paul Bissonnette. We're talking Wendel Clark. And Mayday, as always, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the game, everybody. It's the Leafs, and it is the Red Wings from Toronto. Enjoy.